Hey faves, welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about freelancing, basically all the methods that I use to get more clients, to get more work, and therefore get more money in the bank. So if that's something that you are interested in, please make sure to stay right to the end of this video, because there's also something that I'm going to throw in at the end that some of you might, want to take me up on. Don't forget to like already and don't forget to ask me any of your comments. Make sure you comment down below and subscribe. I want to apologize in advance. There are kids playing outside and I can hear them, so if you guys can hear them as well, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to try to project over them so that you can hear me. Okay, let's get into today's video. So I want to start this video by telling you guys how I transitioned from full-time 9-to-5 employment to basically freelancing and becoming a creative entrepreneur. So which year was it? I can't remember. But I was working 9-to-5 and I realized while I was there that I actually want to do more than be here, But that job had stability. I had bills I had to pay for my car at the time. So I needed a job that was going to give me money at the end of every month. And that job was it, but I was not satisfied internally. And it was at a point where I remember I was speaking to Allison and she was telling me that, she'd work with me, but on a per project basis. So she couldn't give me full-time employment. So I'd work for her freelance, right? And she couldn't guarantee that I'd be working every month. So I needed to kind of keep this job, but still manage to work with Allison. So what I did is, it was almost time for me to get a raise at my full-time. Sorry. There's what do you call that thing? Why are people still driving like crazy people? Anyway, so what happened was, I was due for a raise, right? And I said to my boss, instead, I don't want a raise. Don't give me more money. Give me more time. Right? I said on Mondays and Fridays, I'm not coming in. I'm going to work from home. I discovered at a very early age that your greatest commodity is your time. Not money, your time. If you have more time, you can make more money. But money doesn't guarantee you more time. You get what I'm saying? I need you guys to listen to me. If you have more time, you can make more money. So that's what I went in thinking. So I said to him, listen, Mondays, Fridays, I'm not coming in. I only come in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. But you have to be really smart, guys, about this, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where somebody allows you to, work from home, and then you drop the ball. You want to make sure you keep your work standard as high as it was when you're coming into the office every day. And that's exactly what I did, so that they wouldn't have room to say, actually cut this, come back, So I made sure that on Mondays and Fridays, actually on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on the days that I was at the office, I was working very optimally. I like incidents, so that on the Mondays and the Fridays, I actually had free time to then freelance with Allison. And that's exactly what I did. So I was still getting paid the same amount of money that I was being paid at this job. So that means I can now pay for everything that I need to pay for. And now I'm getting an extra income from Allison. And the more I worked with Allison, the more she would refer me to other people, which then brings me to how I get clients now and what methods I use. So let's start with referrals. Referrals are my biggest source of traffic. That's how I get most of my clients. Because let me tell you something, as somebody who's employed people before on projects as well, when I'm looking for somebody, I go to someone I know and say, hey, Amanda, Do you have a production coordinator for me? Do you have a production assistant for me? Could you refer someone? It's easier to go via referral, and because you're speaking to someone you know and someone you trust that they're going to refer you to someone they've worked with, someone who's good and reliable as well, as opposed to putting out a call and having to go through like CVs and it's longer and more tedious. So that's why referrals work so big. A lot of people get their clients from referrals. Guys, referrals will be your biggest assets, but you won't get referred if you don't show up and show off. So make sure at every project and every job you do, you show up and show off. You are as good as your last job. And another thing that I really want to speak about is networking skills and people skills. You need to have people skills. I worked recently on a job where this girl was so good at a job. She was good at a job, but she had no way of speaking to people. She's the most rude person I had ever worked with, but she got the job done. However, if I am in a position now that I need someone of her role, she won't be the first person I go to because she's hard to work with. Even though she does get the job done, she's not the easiest person to work with, and she's rude. So you must be cognizant of that. You can be really good at your job, but you need to have people skills. That's how more people are going to vouch for you and refer you, therefore more money in the bank. Young fee, you get me? And then the second method that I use to get clients is unsolicited emails. So I will go and I will find ABC production company. I will find whoever's in charge, who normally does the recruiting of people, right? Send them an email, send them my portfolio. Please have a good put together portfolio of work. Send them, so that's what I did. Send them my portfolio and say, hey, I'd like to work for you. This is what I've done. A lot of the times, again, people would rather work with people they have worked with before. So they might not choose me, even though they can see, oh, she's done ABC, she's worked with this person, but they haven't worked with me. So they'd probably choose Amanda, who they've worked with before they work with me, even though they see I've got a body of work. So what do you do then? What I did is, what I try to do as often as I can is, if I reach out to a company, I'll say, hey, can I work with you guys just for a week, if they don't know me. Let's say they replied to my first email and say, hey, we're not looking at the moment, but we'll keep you in our books. And say, okay, by the way, this week I am free. I would love to just offer my services to you guys for free, just to, so you guys can meet me and I can meet you. And then in that week, you show up and you show off. That way, they now know your work ethic. That way, they know how you work. And then when another project comes along that requires your level of expertise, who are they going to call? Sazi. Because one, Sazi has put an initiative to go and work with them, show them her skills, as opposed to Kanya, who just sent her portfolio on her email. They're going to go for me before they go for Kanya, because they have experience working working with me. Do you get what I'm saying? So there are times where you kind of weigh, okay, I work for free this week, but I was going to be at home anyway, so I might as well. But that's you sowing a seed to your next prospective client. And so basically that's how I've been doing. Those are the two major ways that I have been getting my work, through referrals and through unsolicited emails, and just following up, getting to know people and network as much as you can, because that's how you build up a roster of clients in the freelancing space, especially for us in the film and TV space. The third way you can obviously get more work if you're in the film and TV space is to try get an agent. An agent will take 10% of all your earnings, but those are people that production companies go to when they're looking for specific roles. I don't personally have an agent because I've managed to actually live off of my referrals and my unsolicited emails, believe it or not. I'm that good. So I don't have an agent, and a lot of people that I work with actually in the industry have an agent, and they always ask me, who's your agent? I'm like, I don't got one. I'm my own agent. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want somebody taking 10% of my salary, and sometimes your agents don't even do the work for you. So yeah, I would say look into getting an agent if you're still starting out and need to build a roster of clients and you need to have more people see your work. An agent is definitely something I would go for if I had known about it then, but I'm glad I didn't know about it because now it pushed me to actually get my name out there on my own, and that's how I've been doing it. So basically, if you have any questions for me with regards to any of the things that I just said, if anything's unclear, please make sure to comment down below and ask me what it is that you need to know to get more clients and more money in the bank. Okay, so before I close today's video off, earlier on in January, I had this course. I don't know if I'm going to call it a course, but thing that I was offering to people because I'm still relatively free in January, where I basically have one-on-one sessions with you where I sit down, via FaceTime or via Google Hangout, where we go through putting together your portfolio. I send you a template of the email I send to clients when I'm reaching out to new prospective clients. I send you a template of follow-up emails because sometimes clients they forget about your email and just leave it, you need to follow up. So I send you a template for that, and we basically spend an hour going back and forth on Skype, Google Hangout, FaceTime, whichever one you choose, whichever works best for you, and we have a session together and we put all those things together for you so that you can send out to new clients, and just basically tips that I've learned over the few years that I've been working in the industry. So this is open to basically creatives. If you're a videographer, photographer, producer, or looking to get into that realm of work and start freelancing like me, please make sure you hit me up. My email will be in the description box below. So send me an email. There is a fee. So send me an email. Let's talk. And let's get this ball rolling if you guys are interested in that. So that's why I'm going to close off today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, share this video with your friends and family who you think might be interested in it as well. For today, goodbye. Remember, stay at home till the lockdown ends, whenever that is.